Hi, I'm Jill. If we haven't met, I'm a movement and wellness educator and intuitive eating coach. And I will be your mindful movement teacher for the day if you choose to stick around. We have a short sequence using a resistance band that is strengthening and organizing for your upper body. So you are welcome to sit in either a chair or come down and join me on the ground. This feels good to me today, or you can sit cross-legged, or you can prop yourself up on a yoga block or two, whatever feels right to you. So I will see you down here in just a second. Right, so let's get started. Gather your band and let's just begin by waking up our senses a bit. So just take it in both hands and we're just going to feel the elasticity of the band and see if you can find just a little bit of bounce and let that translate to your entire body. And then you can just keep that little bit of bounce going and see if you can do it in a way that doesn't ever allow slack to accumulate in the band. And then just pause for a second. And then let's do that same bit of elastic bouncing with the palms up. So just take a moment and find a little bit of elasticity. See if your soft tissues can mirror that same level of elasticity. And then just pause. And then we're going to take it one more pattern. So choose one palm down and one palm up and find the same little bit of elastic energy. And then when you're ready, just swap that over again, opposite palm down, other palm up, and find the elasticity to it. And pause. Good. So we're going to take a sequence that I like, that I've used for years to energize and strengthen my upper body. And you can, I'm just going to show it once, but then you can choose to repeat it a second time if you want as you get stronger, or even a third. So we're going to sit on the band. And give yourself more length on one side so that it's crossed over. And then we're just going to find, you can choke up on the band however much you need to. And we're going to find some outward rotation in that upper arm bone. So think of leading with your thumb and your hand making a bit of a dome shape. And just allowing that upper arm bone to swivel in the socket, both outward as you open and then inward as you come back in. And taking a moment to check in with maybe your thigh bones, making sure that they're both nice and relaxed, and making sure that you can feel your entire spine, that no part of your spine is missing, that there's energy moving through every bit of it. And then just rest. And then we're going to take that same arm and just give the band a bit of a wrap. So you, of course, are always in control of how much tension you have on the band. You can adjust that at any time. So I've just kind of swiveled or twisted the band around my arm and then grabbed it in my thumb. And then I'm going to bring my arm up so that I'm out at about 45 degrees, splitting the difference between front and side. And I'm just going to take a tiny little movement here. So it's meant to be small, just as though you're gliding this part of your arm up a wall and then back down. And just getting everything energized, awake and moving. And if you get a little bit unfocused, you can check back in with the dome of your hand or your thigh bones again, or that energy moving through your spine. Good, and just rest. And then we're going to take the palm facing down. Maybe I lied about that. Take your palm facing up, and again find the dome of your hand, and we're just going to extend outward kind of on that 45-degree angle again, and then bring it back in. So gliding out and coming back in and gliding out and coming back in. Good. See if you can sense the elasticity again, even though there's not a bounce to it. There's still a connection into the elastic quality of the band and that communicating with your body. And rest. Good. So let's just repeat that sequence on the other side. So take the band and sit on it. Palm facing up again. And here we go, swiveling out and in. And it can be as small or as big as you need it to be. It's completely dependent on where you're at in your body today and what feels good, what feels like it's organizing it and waking it up in a way that is helpful, not harmful. And one more here. And then come to rest. And then wrap that band around, grab it, pinch it off with your thumb, find the dome of the hand again, and bring that elbow up so that it's just a little bit lower than your shoulder and you're on that 45-degree angle. And here we go, gently pressing up and then releasing back down as though you're sliding along a wall. And let's just take a few more. I don't think I mentioned it, but if the band is ever too much for you, and go ahead and rest down, and let's take it into that outward glide. If the band is ever too much for you, just release it and just go through the pathway of motion with me without the resistance of the band. You will know if the band is too much, if you're feeling any strain at all in your shoulders or your neck, or really anywhere in your body. And if you're honest with yourself about where you're at today, then that's the best way to make an improvement tomorrow and in the future. So this is no joke. I mean, the band doesn't look like much, but it's actually quite intense. And you're under constant load. There's not really any moment of rest. And just release there. Give yourself just a little bit of a shake, whatever feels like you need. And then we'll just finish off with a couple other things here. So I'm going to just switch my position around because my feet are starting to fall asleep. And once I've reorganized here, we'll get moving. So bring the band right out in front of you. And we're going to go palms facing down, and you're going to put some outward pressure on the band and just squeeze it in towards you. I haven't been too fussy about repetitions, but you can kind of just go to a place that feels like some gentle fatigue, maybe at the very least 6 to 8, and on the higher end somewhere up to 18 or 20. So it can vary quite a bit. And just take a couple more here. I'm definitely feeling this today. And then we'll rest. And let's just close our eyes for a minute and take a moment to check in with where that movement, that elastic movement, has organized you in your body. What is calling your attention now? Maybe it's something in your upper traps, maybe it's your lower back. Maybe you feel really good and organized, or maybe you feel like you just need to take a rest. And then just go ahead and open your eyes with me. So it's a really short sequence, but you can repeat it. You can repeat it 2 or 3 times, like I said, and you can also, of course, increase the resistance by where you choose to hold on to the band, and also what degree of strength, what type of band you're holding. So those are all elements that can make it more or less challenging, and don't be afraid to just let go of the band and just move your arms. I think sometimes we underestimate how much there is to be gained from just our arms, the weight of our arms, and having our arms suspended in the air. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care and bye for now.